Tel Aviv. Israeli soldiers ed with Hamas fighters the streets of southern Israel on Sunday and launched retaliatory strikes that leveled buildings in Gaza. While brief exchanges of attacks northern with Lebanon's Hezbollah militant group sparked a broader escalation, increased the fear of attack. Conflict. Some fighting was still ongoing more than 24 hours after an unprecedented surprise attack from Gaza, in which Hamas militants, backed by a barrage of thousands of rockets, breached Israel's security barrier and attacked nearby communities. The militants also took captives, including women, children and elderly, back to the settlement on Gaza coast, where they would try to exchange them for thousands of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. Secretary of State Antony Blinken told CNN's State of the Union that the United States is working to verify reports that several Americans have been killed or missing. The high death toll, large number of captives, slow response to attack pointed to a major intelligence failure and undermined the long-held perception that Israel had ears everywhere in small, densely populated region it has controlled for decades. The Security Cabinet officially declared the country at war in an announcement on Sunday, saying the decision officially allowed significant military steps to be taken. The implications of the announcement were not immediately clear. Over the last 4 decades, Israel has carried out major military operations in Lebanon and Gaza, which it describes as war but has no official declaration. Yohanan Plesner, president of Israel Democracy Institute, a local think tank, said the decision was largely symbolic but shows that government thinks we are entering a period of longer, more intense and more significant war. Palestinians examine the debris of a building hit by an Israeli airstrike in Gaza. The most important question now was whether Israel would launch a ground attack on Gaza. This was a move that has caused more casualties in the past. Netanyahu vowed that Hamas would pay an unprecedented price. Civilians paid a heavy price for the violence on both sides. Various Israeli media outlets, citing rescue service officials, stated that at least 600 people had been killed Israel, including 44 soldiers, while officials in Gaza said 313 people had the area. Approximately 2,000 people were injured on both sides. An Israeli official said security forces killed 400 militants and captured dozens more. Israeli television news broadcast a series accounts from relatives captured or missing Israelis, wailing and pleading for help amid the fog uncertainty surrounding the fate their loved ones. In Gaza, people fled from houses close to border to escape Israeli attacks and fled further into region upon Arabic warnings of Israeli army. In neighboring Egypt, a police officer shot and killed 2 Israeli tourists and an Egyptian at a tourist site in Alexandria. The Interior Ministry said, Egypt made peace with